No. Good afternoon, everybody. You are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk here on the news station. 1320 AM WARA and online, all one word, 4deepsportstalk.com. I've been practicing all week. We have Joe DeVerns. Finally got that right after around 2 weeks. And Catherine Conley, a.k.a. Casey. Justin Ferrara has just got his second COVID shot. I got mine on Thursday, and he is not feeling well, so he's taking it off. Luce Cabral is taking care of her mom, and we have a free form Saturday. I apologize for not getting it on Facebook like I usually try to do, like when we have a guest. So we're going free form here, 508-222-1320. So I called the guys during the week, and next week, a little heads up, we're going to have Josh Perry from the Hockomock Sports, as I turned on my mic, and he's going to give us some insight on the Hawk. Tom Joyce from the Quincy Sun will call in as he goes out. He's covering one of the Quincy teams, either North Quincy or Quincy's only two. I'm not sure about the Catholic school that's in that town. I forget. But he's going to give us a little heads up on, I guess, a very impressive win one of the schools had against a team they haven't played in a while. He told me on the phone, but we were going back and forth like little old ladies. And there's Dave Kane, who just got off the radio. Great guy. He's been involved with radio and TV for a while. Now he's over here, of course, doing the show, Kane & Company. So I got to get some kudos out first. So the first thing I'm going to do is we officially have the play-by-play announcer for Bishop Fien boys and girls lacrosse as he's blushing to my right in front of you on TV. That must be fun.
Yeah, it's really fun. I also got the details for how they can watch it now. I meant to do that last time, but it's on Shamrock Sports Channel on YouTube.
Yep.
They'll be streaming today. At 4 p.m., they're going to be playing Medway, the boys lacrosse team.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So then we did a little. I was listening to his play-by-play. He does a great job. So if you hear him, if you hear his podcast, you have to understand that the audio is based off TV. He's not going right to left on your radio dial. He's not telling you what colors they are because he expects, like any other TV broadcast, you can see what they're wearing. You can tell what direction they're going in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So people need to remember that when you're listening to his podcast. It's TV based, not radio based. So let's go over some of the conferences that we covered. I know, Catherine, you had South Shore League. You covered a little bit about the South Shore League, and it was Bay State girls softball.
Yes.
And then Joe was taking care of the Catholic Central. I always call it Central Catholic.
I also have South Shore for girls softball as well.
You do?
Yeah.
All right. So why don't you give us a little coverage on that? What you got? I know some of it's out of paper, but it does mention some of the standouts. And then Joe, you can dive in the Catholic Conference. We want to say hello to Joe's mom and dad listening and watching on the radio or watching on the Facebook page. Hi, Mom and Dad. Welcome to the family. All right, what do you got, KC, over there?
All right, so softball from Friday, May 14th.
Yep.
Can you guys hear me?
Absolutely. Yeah. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Not that well on my mic. My headphones.
Really? How about really? Really? Everything's pretty loud. You sure? Say something.
Hello.
Oh, I can hear you fine. You're perfect.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
And carry on then. So, from Friday, May 14th, in the South Shore girls softball, Middleborough takes it over against New Bedford, 20-1. Middleborough with the 5-0 record. Their next opponent will be Abington. Game time will be at 4 p.m. And New Bedford, their record is 1-1. Their next opponent will be Bridgewater Marine. Game time will also be at 4 p.m. Maddie Buchunt, forgive me if I said that wrong. She hit two home runs, while Cassidy Machado and Alexandra Welch also hit home runs in the non-league victory for 17th ranked Middleborough. And for the Bay State, also from Friday, May 14th, Needham takes it over Brookline 13-3. Needham has a 2-3 record. Next opponent will be Weymouth. Game time will be at 4 p.m. And Brookline has a 1-4 record. Their next opponent will be at Newton North. Game time at 4 p.m. This is the Bay State. All right, so Natick over Milton 8-7 with Natick 4-1 record. Their next opponent will be Wellesley. Game time will be at 3:45 p.m. And Milton with 3-1 record. Their next opponent will be Walpole. Game time at 3:45 p.m. Junior Juliana Kiley hit a grand slam to help the Redhawks take a 7-0 lead before the Wildcats came back to tie the game, but it wasn't enough to take down Natick. Junior Jess Brill launched a solo home run in the 7th inning to help the Redhawks clinch the Bay State win. And that's all I got.
That's great. That's pretty good. Good job. Good job. And that's Bay State girls softball.
Yeah.
All right. What do you got, Joe?
Okay, yeah. For the Central Catholic League baseball, Bishop Feian has moved on to 5-0. And their 2 star players right now are Zach and Sean Stevenson, who are both going to UConn. They're brothers. They both have full scholarships already.
Wow, good for them.
Yeah. Then John Igo will be going to St. Lawrence University, which is D3, but still is playing baseball in college.
Exactly.
I've also heard that Tyler Ahmed has been a standout for the team.
Oh, nice.
Then Cardinal Spellman moves on to 0-3 right now after a 7-0 loss to Bishop Feian. And their softball team moves on to 3-1 right now with Ava Loud having 3 hits for 1 3-run home run. And then their softball team beat Bishop Stang 17-5.
Wow. So go ahead. So who's right now? Feian's standing up pretty good.
Yeah, Feian's 5-0 right now. They haven't lost a game yet.
And then Spellman's 4-1.
Yeah.
Spellman's 4-1. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Then Archbishop Williams moved on to 1-3 with a 1-0 loss Wednesday against St. Joseph's. And then their one win of the season's against Cardinal Spellman so far. And then for them, they have Matt Kowalski, who's been 8 of 8 at bat for the last 2 games. He has not missed a bat yet. And then for softball, they're 2-2. And they shut out Fontbonne 11-0 with Ava Donahue going 2 of 3 at bat.
Nice.
Yeah. And then for Bishop Stang baseball, they're 4-1 right now, beating Cardinal Spellman 10-9 yesterday.
Wow.
And then Jacob Laudati is 2-0 as a pitcher so far, and Ben LaBouffe has 2 home runs in 5 games already.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then for softball, they're 0-3 right now, but Hannah Romano had a .33 batting average in the game versus Cardinal Spellman. And then for Bishop Fenwick, they're 2-2 in baseball right now, beating Arlington Catholic 1-0, and their softball team's 0-3 right now. Then for Austin Prep, they're 4-0 in baseball, and they're going to be playing St. Mary's right now as the show's going on. And for them, Evan Blanco has stood out as he worked out with Team USA as a pitcher.
No way. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's really
wow.
interesting. I saw it was insane.
That's cool.
Yeah. Then Arlington Catholic baseball is 1-3 right now after losing to Bishop Fenwick 1-0, and then they won 12-1 over Matignon this week. Then their softball team's 1-1 with a 20-0 shutout over Fenwick. And they're a junior for them, Kara McDonald, pitched a perfect game, which is her 2nd career no-hitter. Then for St. Mary's baseball, they're 3-1 right now, beating Malden Catholic 9-0 and beating St. John's 4-0 with 2 shutouts this week. Then their softball team is 3-1 with Alyssa Gressy going 3-3 at bat with 4 runs batted in. Then Matignon baseball is 1-3 currently, losing 10-0 to St. Mary's and then 7-1 to Austin Prep, and then another loss of 12-1 to Arlington.
We're building.
Yeah, they're having a rough week right now.
Yeah.
Then that's all I had for Catholic Central
That's
League.
fine. So who's battling it out now for in baseball? St. Mary's and who?
Yeah, St. Mary's, Bishop Fee. Oh, wait, playing right now?
Yeah.
It was St. Mary's versus, I believe it was Matignon.
Matignon.
Oh, wait, no, it was Austin Prep. Austin Prep versus St. Mary's right now.
So I'm trying to be clever, which I try to do. And I am trying to find out, before we go to our first break, if I can Twitter the Matignon, because there's so many St. Mary's schools. If you don't hit it right on Twitter, you could be anywhere around the country.
Yeah, it was actually St. Mary's Austin Prep. I was wrong about the Matignon. That was my bad.
Well, Austin Prep.
Yeah.
No worries. So I'm going to try to see if I can find the Austin Prep. See if we can't get something on, because you know how sometimes they're Austin Prep. Here it is.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, when I was looking up some of the scores, I think I looked up a St. Mary's in like South Carolina by mistake.
Yeah,
yesterday.
right. Hey, it happens. Yeah. You know, it's especially. I mean, so I was trying to do the new Southeast Conference for Justin, and he was so cute. He was calling. Well, I shouldn't say he's a growing, but he is. So anyway, he's trying really hard to get what he can. He's on the MIAA website, because I can't speak for the. Well, I personally think 80% of these schools I think that the Mayflower Conference, Athletic Conference, where all the trade schools, they do an okay job, a pretty good job, trying to let everyone know what's going on. Hockomock, we know, does good as far as giving stats and stuff and who's doing what. But some of these guys are terrible.
Yeah, some don't post anything. I can't find the score or their record yet. They'll be like 3 games behind on their record updates.
Oh, my, it's absolutely crazy. You're like, okay, so. And then it's a parent, God bless the parent, that's, putting something out there because their son's playing or their daughter's playing. Yeah. Otherwise, you don't know what's going on. Like right now, I can't find no results. Austin Prep athletics.com. Athletic. Let's try it again. Athletics. Yeah, there's nothing there.
Yeah, it's probably hidden behind like 3 drop-down menus on their website.
Right, you're probably right. Too funny. All right, so let's continue on. What other one do you have, Catherine? No, you finish that text. That's more important than what we're doing right now.
Well, actually, I was just looking at the Hockomock, but first I'll...
No, I'm kidding with you.
But
you know that.
I'm going to read the baseball scores right now on my notebook.
Okay.
So for baseball, from Thursday, May 13th, in the South Shore League, Cohasset wins it over Norwell 9-4, with Cohasset with a 3-1 record. Their next opponent will be East Bridgewater. Game time will be at 4 p.m. And Norwell has an 0-2 record. Their next opponent will be Rockland. The game time will be at 4 p.m. And the scores from Friday, May 14th, Mashpee over Upper Cape, 12-2, with Mashpee with a 3-1 record. Their next opponent will be Dennis Yarmouth. Game time will be at 4 p.m. And Upper Cape has an 0-1 record. Their next opponent will be to be determined. The Mashpee sophomore Colton Colleran allowed 5 hits, struck out 5, and allowed no earned runs in the non-league win. Senior Will Baker had 2 hits, including a triple and 4 RBIs. Middleborough over New Bedford, 5-4, with Middleborough with a 1-0 record, and New Bedford with an 0-2 record. For Middleborough, their next opponent will be Abington. Game time will be at 4 p.m. And for New Bedford, their next opponent will be Bridgewater Raynham. Game time will be at 4 p.m. Hull over Rockland, 13-12. Hull has a 1-3 record. Their next opponent will be Cohasset. The game time will be at 4 p.m. And Rockland has an 0-2 record. Their next opponent will be Norwell. Game time at 4 p.m. Hull freshman Nick Tiani earned his first varsity win in the 3 innings of relief. He allowed 3 runs and struck out 3. Senior Max Iorio, Iorio.
You're doing the best you can. No worries about it. I don't think he's gonna harass you. He might.
Forgive me if I said it wrong. Senior Max Iorio and 8th grader John Reynolds both went 3 for 4 in the South Shore League contest. And that's all I got for the South Shore.
That's all right. So I'm going to give you guys some standings in baseball in the Southeast Conference. So right now, Brockton Baseball is 1-2. They lost on a game. I was supposed to call this game yesterday over at Campanelli Stadium for Brockton and Bridgewater Raynham Access TV, but yours truly wasn't feeling good, so I went to bed as soon as I went home and woke up at 6 o'clock last night. Got home at 2. Oh, yeah, I swear to God. Got home at 2:30. I woke up at 6:30. And so with that being said, baseball right now. So in the Southeast Conference, Brockton is 1-2. Bridgewater Raynham is 4-1. As I continue on, Dartmouth is 0-4. I hate to say it like that, but they are. They're 0-4. Durfee, 0-3. Say it wrong. Right now they get Durfee at 1-1. So that tells me that the Hilltoppers are not giving their full schedule to to the conference. Though that's definitely not that. There's no way they don't. All right, New Bedford. You guys know what I mean. And New Bedford is 0-2. So the best team in the conference. Let me see, because there's only 5 teams. So what they did is they got rid of the old Colony League, which was Barnstable, Bridgewater Raynham, and Dartmouth. And in the big 3, Brockton, Durfee, and the Fall River team. and New Bedford in there, so they got rid of him. Barnstable drives like 55 miles to come up here and play. The closest opponent they have is Dartmouth. So they put them in the south. If you already know this, I'm sorry.
No, I didn't know this before.
That's all right. Well, it's even better. I sound smarter. So anyway, so they threw Barnstable down in the Cape and Island League Conference, and they put Dartmouth and Bridgewater Raynham in the Southeast Conference, which has been around going on 3 years. So anyway, BR is the best team in baseball right now in the Southeast Conference. Let me get this straight. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm going to give you softball in 2 seconds. As soon as I get off my butt. So I apologize for the dead radio. So in girls softball, and I'll get it 1 second. What was that softball? Oh, here's something funny out of the blue. They had one more football game, and it was last night. Everett beat was it Linfield Tech? Yeah, they beat them 42. This must have been like a Greater Boston Cup or something type of bowl, because everyone's playing the cups, because no one's playing
no actual playoffs.
Exactly. Thank you. No actual playoffs. Let me get it. I want to say it was 42. I just had it too. Son of a. Oh, here it is. Lynn Classical. So I always thought Lynn Classical was more of a Votech school. They beat them 42-12. I was like, what the heck?
It was just a softball?
No, that was football.
That was football. They played one more football game.
There'd be a football game this late. That's crazy.
Right? Let me go back, because I think I might have let me go back to baseball. I think I jumped the gun on, sorry about that, on baseball. I think that might have been girls softball. Oh my God, that was good. All right, let me go to, let's see if I can find girls softball here. Let me go all the way up. I'll start again. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
We're just waiting for what we got. You know what? We're going to take our first break. We'll be back with more. Sorry, right after this. Good afternoon, everybody. See that, Catherine? I got it right two times in a row.
Yep.
Y'all listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk. Joe DeVerns, I'm Dominic Damiano. Catherine Conley, a.k.a. KC. I got to make sure my mic doesn't spike. Justin Ferreira is under the weather. He'll join us next week, and next week we'll have Josh Perry from Hockomock Sports. And I'm going to try to get Lenny Clement. I'm pretty sure I can get her. She's our second annual girls basketball coach of the year from Oliver Rames. So that would be cool to get her on. So I did get it right as far as the stats for Southeast Conference. I'm going to continue because I'm trying to do as good a job as Joe and Catherine did, but I'm not going to be able to do that. So I'm going to do my second best. So anyway, BR is currently 2-2 in the Southeast Conference. Dartmouth, according to as undefeated. So let's see, they're undefeated. Durfee, they're 0-2. Yikes. New Bedford, they're 1-1. They don't post all these scores. I mean, come on.
No, I know some teams will have 5 games and some only have like 1 or 2 games.
Exactly, they're 1-1. I mean, that's all you played. I mean, you never know with COVID though. You never know, but that doesn't look right.
Oh yeah, that's true. Canceled games kind of make it confusing.
Right. So it looks like Dartmouth is the team to beat, followed by Bridgewater Raynham, which in girls softball, which is 2-2. So that gets everybody basically caught up in what's going on in the Southeast Conference. Central Catholic, Bay State, South Shore League, and she's taking another selfie. I can tell she's taking another selfie.
I'm actually looking at another article.
Okay, no worries. So let's talk about a little bit about, since we have you, about Fee and girls volleyball, lacrosse, and boys lacrosse.
Yeah, for girls lacrosse, they've been doing really good lately. They won 15-1 over Cardinal Spellman this week.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to do the clock while I was doing the broadcasting, but luckily, when you get over 10 points over the other team, you get to start just running the clock and not stopping at all.
Yeah,
so that saved me a lot after. They were already up 10 by the end of the first half, so I was very lucky.
I wish they could do that in baseball somehow. Well, they do it in AAU, the elite baseball leagues, where as soon as the pitch is thrown, the clock starts, and it's like a 2-hour time limit.
Yeah.
No inning can start after 2 hours, and you just hope the coach isn't lying when he tells you the time, you know?
Yeah, helps makes the games not like 3 hours long every time.
My God. And then sometimes during the week, it's pretty good. They'll do an out because the kids are still in school, and they'll do, or the kids are, they're going into school because it's a fall league. And they'll do an hour and 45 minutes during the week and 2 hours during the weekend. But it's still timed, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so that gets everybody caught up on that. If you want to call in and talk about your town or your league or your rec league, please give us a call, 508-222-1320. So the other I'm going to try to reach out to is Attleboro Youth Baseball. About 4 years ago, it must have been about 4 years, we did their rec championship game over at I'm gonna mess up that park's name. Patana. Oh my God, are you from Attleboro?
Yeah, I used to be from Attleboro. Is it Patanamuck?
Thank you. So we did their championship game and their rec championship game. And I like doing the rec championship games because some of those guys, the young kids, never get their name heard on the All Stars. So I thought it'd be pretty cool to mention them because they got a bat.
Yeah.
So they get to mention. People can pick up the podcast, via our website, and of course the WARA 1320 TuneIn's app, which is awesome, and they can listen to us as we're trying to describe what's going on, and gives the kids some, time to shine, if you will.
Yeah, it'll be good to showcase those kids like that. That'll be really cool.
Yeah, we always do East and West if the channel and there's no already assigned programming. The station is really cool about covering that. We've done Lakeville, Freetown, so I'm looking forward to doing that because All Stars is like right around the corner. After this month, they're going to start finishing up and getting into All Stars really quick. So with that being said, what we could do right now, we'll get into the scores because Joe and I have the scores. I'm going to fire up the music one more time, and I'm going to take my headphones off because as I read them, the music it sounds really cool. It throws me off big time. I'm not that. I can't multitask like that. I try, but all right. So because it's a free form Saturday, we're gonna try. Maybe we even run down these scores twice. So get the music going. Bang. Fire it up. And here are the scores from Friday night. Boys baseball, Bay State Conference, Needham over Brookline 12-11. Walpole blanks Framingham 2-0. Milton beats up on Natick 12-6. Wellesley over Weymouth 10-5. Braintree and Newton North, they'll throw the ball at 3:45. Catholic Central, St. John's Prep over St. Mary's 7-3. Bishop Feenan beats St. Joseph's Prep 11-1. Mattawong beat Arlington Catholic 12-1. Continue on baseball. Stang beat Cardinal Spellman 12-9. Catholic Central, we already talked about it, we'll say it again. St. John's Prep beats St. Mary's 7-3. Mayflower League, Mashpee beats Upper Cape. This is actually a non-league game, 12-2. Diamond and Old Colony will throw the ball at 7 o'clock tonight. Patriot League, Plymouth North over Hingham 4-1. Duxbury over Silver Lake 14-1. Whitman Hanson over Marshfield 4-1. Situate over Pembroke 6-0. More baseball, North Quincy over Quincy 6-3. South Shore League, Mashpee again. Another score coming back at you against Upper Cape 12-2. Middleborough over New Bedford 5-4. Hull over Rockland 13-12. Southeast Conference Bridgewater Raynham beats Brockton 9-1. Durfee over Dartmouth 4-3. Middleborough again over New Bedford 5-4. Tri-Valley, Dover, Sherborne, and Bellingham, they'll throw the ball today at 3:45. Finishing up on baseball, Dedham over Medway 6-3. Hopkinton over Holliston 6-2. Boys Lacrosse, Catholic Central, Arlington over Mattawong 10-3. Bishop Stang over Cardinal Spellman 19-5. Catholic Central, Stang and Boys Lacrosse, Arlington Catholic 10-3 over Mattawong. Stang beats up on Cardinal Spellman 19-5. Patriot League, Pembroke over Plymouth North, 7-6. All right, and I think I messed up on my scores. I got it right here. Finishing up, boys. Again, Hull, 8-3 over Rockland. Southeast Conference, over Sherborne, over Bridgewater Raynham, 18-7. I tried to be clever and, mark the pages. I'm goofing myself up. Girls Lacrosse, Cardinal Spellman over Stang, 6-3. That's Catholic Central. They'll drop the ball or kick the ball or whatever they do in lacrosse at 4 o'clock at Arlington Catholic and Mattawong. Bishop Feenan 16-0 over St. Joseph's Prep. Patriot League, Plymouth North over Pembroke 19-10. Duxbury Cohasset 10-9. South Shore League, Duxbury again over Cohasset 10-9. A repeat. Let me see. Finishing up. No, I'm sorry. Moving on to boys rugby. Brookline over Needham. This is the Commonwealth Rugby Conference, 33-5. Now turning to girls softball. Bay State, Needham over Brookline, 13-3. Walpole over Framingham, 16-1. Natick over Milton, 8-7. Braintree over Newton North, 7-5. Wellesley over Weymouth, 17-8. They'll throw the ball at Catholic Central against Mattawong and Arlington Catholic. 3:30. Finishing up girls softball, Cardinal Spellman beats up on Stang, 17-8. St. Joseph Prep loses the Fan, and girls softball 15-2. Archbishop Williams blanks Fontbourne 11-0, which Joe mentioned earlier, I believe. And this is our caller coming in, but we're gonna finish this up. Let me see. Hockomock, Stoughton over Milford 9-3. Patriot League, Silver Lake over Duxbury 14-2. Marshfield over Whitman Hanson 7-6. Plymouth North over Hingham 9-4. More girls softball scores. Quincy over North Quincy 15-8. Situate and Pembroke will throw the ball today at 4 o'clock. South Shore League, Middleborough over blanks New Bedford 10-1. Hull and Rockland will throw the ball at 4. Mashpee and Upper Cape will do the same thing at 4 o'clock. Southeast Conference, Bridgewater Raynham girls softball 16-1 over Brockton. Dartmouth and Durfee 9-8. Middleborough over New Bedford 20-1. Again, another repeat, but I'm reading the Southeast Conference score. I apologize. Tri-Valley, and I think you have that continuation score over there, Joe. Tri-Valley.
Yeah, I do. Dover Sherborne overtook Bellingham 18-3. Dedham beat Medway 16-4, and Hopkinton beat Holliston 5-2. And shall I continue on?
Let's see what we got for a call real fast. Hi, you're first on 4 Deep Sports.
Hey, what's going on, Tom? Tom Joyce.
Hey, Tom Joyce from the Quincy Sun. So why don't we beat on him? Let's talk to him.
Sure.
And Tommy, thanks for calling in. We have 2 minutes with you, but I wanted to continue even after we get out of this break, if that's okay.
Sure. Cool.
All right, so we talked on the air a little bit about the silly rules with the MIAA, with the outfielders still wearing masks. I understand they're trying to be cautious, but if I'm in the outfield, how the heck am I going to catch COVID if I'm 40 feet away from somebody?
You're not going to through the air. And especially you have 16, 17-year-olds, 18, 19-year-olds playing high school baseball. These are kids who are eligible for the vaccine. And, you have kids out there, they're not within 50 feet of someone. They're wearing a mask. They're vaccinated. The only way, maybe if someone, licked the ball and then they licked the ball again or something like that, like some kid who had COVID licked the baseball, which doesn't happen. They're all wearing masks. And I know, even if you're not standing near anyone in the stands or, say there's no one at the game, you're 100 feet away, they still want you to wear a mask. Like I was covering a Pembroke-Quincy baseball game, and, no one said anything to me, but, I'm deep in the outfield behind everyone, like kind of in the woods, and, the policy is you should wear a mask out there. That makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. I understand wanting to take precautions because this virus has killed over 500,000 Americans, but this doesn't do anything. This isn't going to stop one case of COVID. It's just going to make kids short of breath out there.
No, I agree, and I'm not backtracking. I swear to God, I do think we need to wear masks. But I'll put it this way: when I'm umpiring, when I'm calling balls and strikes, I have a mask over my face. I try to keep it a little bit low so they can hear me yell and whatever. Do my due diligence calling balls and strikes. When I'm in the bases, my mask is in my pocket, right? Because I'm usually more than 6 feet away from any play on the field. When I go to relieve a pitcher, I put my mask on.
Yeah.
Because I have to let them know what the situation is, what the count is, who's on, stuff like that. Then I go back to my position. I take my mask off, But until it's, I know everyone's, I'm not going to pick on the medical society and what everyone's doing because I know I know what you're saying, and you know how I feel about it. It's kind of crazy. So we're going to go take our first break. We'll touch on this some more. And you have
a second break.
Second break. Did I say first break?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's why you're there. All right, Tommy, can you hold on for a sec?
Happy to, absolutely.
All right. We're going to step away. We get Tom Joyce from the Quincy Sun. He'll come back in a minute. You're listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk here in the news station. 1320 AM WARA and online, and watch us on our Facebook channel. You can go to our website or just watch us on Facebook on the 1320 WARA Facebook page. We'll be back with more right after this.
Prevent the spread of COVID-19. You should wear a mask when you are out in public or anytime you are around someone who does not live in your household. If you are sick and interacting with others at home, and when you are caring for someone sick at home. Masks should not be worn by children under age 2, anyone who has trouble breathing, and anyone who can't take off the mask without help from another person. My name is Paul Jakes, president of Attleboro Firefighters Local 848. On behalf of our executive board and entire membership, we would like to say thank you to all Attleboro residents and businesses for their unwavering support throughout this pandemic. Words cannot describe the gratitude felt from the generosity of those who have donated much-needed supplies, PPE, and meals to our members on the front lines of this COVID-19 epidemic each and every day. The coronavirus has hit our membership especially hard in these last months, having 11 members and 2 dispatchers testing positive, with 1 member even hospitalized due to the severity of symptoms. In addition, having several members quarantined and an increased COVID-related responses throughout our community. As you can imagine, this has taken an incredible toll on our families and friends. Thankfully, because of the citizens of Attleboro, we have been able to find some solace in all of this, participating in birthday parades, drive-bys, Zoom meetings, phone calls, emails, letters, and most of all, knowing you would have our back. All of this has allowed for a feeling of great joy by all involved. As the pandemic continues, please keep looking out for each other. Wear masks, practice social distancing, and remember, we're in this together. Stay safe.
To some people, the sound of a baby babbling doesn't mean much. But that's not necessarily true. By 6 months, they're combining vowels and consonants. By 9 months, they're trying out different kinds of sounds. And by 12 months, their babbling is beginning to take on some meaning. Especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Early screening and intervention can make a lifetime of difference and unlock a world of possibilities. Take the first step at autismspeaks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Hey everyone, welcome back to 4 Deep Sports Talk. We are on Freeform Saturday. And we have Tom Joyce on the phone with us. Tom, are you still with us?
Yeah, hey, how's it going, Casey?
Yes, how is it going?
Oh, good. How are you?
Doing great.
Sorry, I can't hear you that well.
It's all good.
Can you hear him now, Casey? I turned up the gain. Can you hear him a little bit better? He's not talking
Yeah,
right
he wasn't
now.
talking.
That's all right. Oh, well, she's laughing. All right, old man. Let's get right to the let's get to this game we were talking about on the phone earlier about an upset.
Sure. Absolutely, it was a great one. You had Silver Lake, and they beat Duxbury and boys lacrosse 10-9, and that was on, I think, Wednesday this week.
Yep.
And this is a team that was 0-11 all time against Duxbury. They had never held the lead in a game against Duxbury. You know, this is a team. The closest game they had ever played was a 10-3 game. The average loss was 11 goals. And what's this tell you about Silver Lake? They're pretty good this year. Duxbury's always a great lacrosse program.
Yeah, it's because they put their football players and give them sticks.
Absolutely. Although, who knows what the football team will be like there in the coming years? A little different program.
Big difference.
Things I feel like people have already discussed.
Yeah, big different program with all the things going on with the changing of the guard, if you will, over there at Duxbury High School. So,
definitely,
your insight on that Silver Lake game. Are they really? I mean, how are they overall? And how? I mean, I know you were limited on insight because you was just going about what you could get for facts and stuff. But what's your take on them? Are they legit?
I mean, Silver Lake has made the playoffs. Obviously, there's no season last year, but yeah, they're a team that they had struggled when I first started following them, covering them a little bit, but they've made the playoffs each of the past few seasons. Obviously, you got to exclude 2020 from that because there's no season. But I remember 2019. That's a playoff team. They had young players and whatnot. So yeah, they got some experience on hand. And you don't beat Duxbury by accident. Maybe you could call it an upset. You could say it's improbable, but you still have to put the ball in the net, and you still have to prevent them from putting the ball in the net.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. I'm cheating right now. I'm doing what everyone does and say on all the big radio stations. I'm trying to find their stats to see where they're standing right now, because that's pretty cool when you when you see when Davey beats Goliath like that. That's always cool to hear.
Absolutely.
And it's funny because we were talking a little bit. Joe and I were talking a little bit about what we talked about the mass.
Sure.
And I don't know if Joe wants to add to it, but I mean, it's just our opinion. We have nothing to get wrong against the state, against the MIAA, except I don't like.
I have a lot of beef with the MIAA.
I didn't finish. My
bit for another day.
Right. I stand corrected, and you know this. It's not that I don't. It's not that I'm not saying anything bad about the MIAA. What I'm saying is, they need to correct a lot of things that makes them look stupid.
Absolutely. They say they're following the science, then they ignore it when the CDC comes out with new guidelines.
Yep. No, absolutely correct. So let me try. I'm trying to find the Silver Lake. All right, here's Silver Lake here. They're 3-0, but you know how people don't always report into the certain. Course. They got them at 3-0 right here. So do they have their Duxbury win? They do have their Duxbury win. I guess their Plymouth South game that got canceled or something on May 8th. Sure. So they're 3-0, but I think they've been playing more games than that, right? I don't know if you caught a little bit of the show, but Joe and I were like scratching our head. I was trying to be. Joe and Catherine did a great job covering their conferences. Joe did the Catholic Central. He's a Fian kid, and Casey did a great job. So I pick up for Justin because Justin just got a second shot. He's not in studio today, so I'm trying to do as good as they are. I'm cheating off the internet, and one of the teams, I think it was hypothetically, I think it was like New Bedford or Durfee. They were 1-1. I'm like, that's a lot of games with COVID problems. So you don't know that they're not reporting because they probably lost the other 5 games they played.
That's right.
I mean, I don't mean to laugh at them, but
they're gonna have heavy schedules in the coming weeks.
yeah, you would think
3 games each.
Yeah, because usually everyone likes to get on the big papers, the Boston papers, and
Of course.
and then they try to. But it's just so funny seeing because they probably Silver Lake played not just 3. Maybe it is true. I don't think it is. I thought they played more than that. But as far as
1 game last week, 2 games this week.
yeah, they start. I got a May 6th starting schedule against.
Yeah.
They beat up on Whitman Hanson at Whitman Hanson 12-5. So maybe it is.
I know.
But I think they played more than that. Is that true?
Maybe.
All right.
But I was going to say, I feel like Nate was probably in some serious tears when Whitman Hanson lost.
Of course, he's referring to our buddy Nate Rollins, who writes for the Express, Whitman Hanson Express. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. But anyway, that Durfee record's blah, blah, blah. We'll just keep it at that.
Yeah.
There's no way that's correct.
There's this one thing I want to mention. I was looking at an article on my phone.
Yeah.
When we said the score of Duxbury and Cohasset in girls lacrosse.
Yeah.
Cohasset was once undefeated then.
Wow, good. That's a good catch.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a great catch. Excellent catch. That's right. You covered the South Shore League. That's right.
Yeah.
Catherine might be our South Shore League girl for now on. We might put the pressure on her.
Nah, I'm still Hockenmock.
You're still Hockenmock. Oh, that's funny. So, Joe, what's your take on this math? This whole mask thing, like we're in the outfield.
Yeah, it's kind of overkill, to be honest, when it's 50 feet apart and most players are already vaccinated. Like, that's kind of like putting the safety on, unload handgun. That's kind of just no real purpose to have the mask that far out.
What do you think, Tommy? Hey,
I think that they took common sense, they took their brains, they threw them in a dumpster, and they never went back to get them.
Because listen, I think if I'm running into the dugout to be caught, I put my mask on. I put my mask on, sit away from talk to the guys. If I'm running out to the outfield, or if I'm at second base, or if I'm making a play, well, see, that's the opera. If you're in the infield trying to make a play, you don't know if the other kid's vaccinated, a lot of all that other stuff. But when you're in the outfield, you can put it in your back pocket. You can jog in, throw your mask on. But I don't know. We're looking at it from a different angle. There's so many people that are so happy. You got my kid sick. You this, you did that. My kid got sick because you did that and you did that. And you just don't know the way people think nowadays.
And 14 months into this thing, I think people should have a decent idea of how this stuff works now. Or if not, God help us all.
Yeah, you're true. But, people are caught. There are people that, like one...
People are nuts.
Yeah, people can be nuts. No, you're right. I totally agree with you. People can be nuts. And,
yeah.
I mean, my daughter, I can pick on her because she's my offspring, right? She'll never leave the house. If she leaves the house at all, I mean, because she's worried about my 2 grandkids. And I can see that. I can see that side of the fence. She wants to make sure... everything's cool with the kids, and I do. I get that, but sometimes you got to add a little bit more common sense. But people sometimes think, "Oh, what if?"
Yeah, absolutely.
So the game you're covering right now, what do we got for a score, and who are you covering?
This game is Quincy versus North Quincy in girls lacrosse. At halftime, Quincy leads 10-5.
Now, is Quincy girls lacrosse noted out of the Patriot League as a powerhouse this year? Or is this like a younger team?
Not particularly. They were 6-13 in 2019 with a young team. They got a new coach this year. We'll see what happens. Last week, I covered a game, and they won. They beat Abington pretty handily. Then, again, Abington's a bit smaller of a school. I know they had somewhat of a tough time with Scituate before. Scituate looks to be a very good lacrosse program this year. But, I know North Quincy won a game last week. So, yeah, I think Quincy is in position where they could be a pretty good team this year.
Now, how many seniors do they have? Do you remember?
How many seniors?
Yeah, for Quincy. Off the top of your head.
I think 4.
4 of them?
Like that. Not particularly a senior-heavy team.
Are you at Memorial Field right now?
No, this game is at Creedon at North Quincy High School.
The one behind the high
Stadium.
school, the field behind the high school. Okay, that's a nice stadium, too.
Stadium. Yeah, Veterans was packed today. I have no idea what's going on there. It sounded like football, but, I don't know who would be playing football there this time of year.
I think they're having the Tom Joyce Memorial Sports Writer of the Year, and you forgot to go.
Hey, I'm not dead yet.
That's funny. I couldn't believe how big the scoreboard was over at Veterans Memorial Park over there. Stadium was unbelievable.
Dom, you know what happened, right? Is you had the Boston Cannons in the 2019 season.
Yeah.
They made the long-term commitment, and they said instead of having you guys pay for upgrades, the normal taxpayer-funded sham that all these pro sports teams try to bamboozle these cities and towns, and they said we will pay for it. And you know what happened? They play one season there, and now they're part of the Premier Lacrosse League, where they don't actually have home fields. You have the whole league will play at one site across the country for a week. But you know what? I think Quincy made out great in that deal because they get the plastic seats now at the field.
They do, like the Red Sox seats.
Scoreboard.
Oh yeah,
they got a whole new stadium. That's sick.
It's great. It really is great, and it's good for the community. It's a shame that the Cannons didn't work out, but hey, props to them for making it a nice place for the Quincy teams to play.
Yeah. So the way it is on the scoreboard and the scoring box side, it used to be all stone. I'm just telling Joe because I don't know if he's ever been there, or Catherine.
Sure.
So what they did is they bought Red Sox seats, the red plastic Red Sox seats,
and
they went up about 30 rows up, and like 90% of the distance of the width, and they have this scoreboard almost as big. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but almost as big as the first level, if the second level on top of that building across the street, and it's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy. And then then it's so funny because the person that runs it is not a tech person, and I'm not picking on the North Quincy principal, but every time you hear them, like, because it's off the laptop, bink, you got mail. or there's a change.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. You're listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk here at the news station, 1320 AM, WARA. We are continuing with Freeform Saturday with the rest of the scores from these past couple of days. And Tom Joyce from the Quincy Sun, is you still with us?
Yes, I am.
Hey, Tommy, I'm just going to pick up some music, and I'm just going to finish, if you don't mind holding on, we're going to finish up the scores, and we're going to, I can't believe I said that. Joe is going to finish up the scores. I'm just going to fire up his music, and then we're going to waste you for another 10 minutes, if that's okay, so we can finish up the hour.
Perfect.
Is that all right?
Sounds good. Yeah.
All right, so you can just listen in as Joe does what he does best. All right, so here is the rest of the scores from Friday night.
Okay, in boys tennis in the Bay State League, Wesley defeated Weymouth 5-0. Milton will be playing Natick at 3:45 p.m. today. Newton North and Braintree will be playing at the same time. Brooklyn defeated Needham 5-0, and then Walpole defeated Framingham 4-1. In the Catholic Central League, Lowell Catholic lost 0-5 against Bishop Feehan in a shutout, and then St. Mary's defeated Arlington Catholic by a score of 3-2. Then the Mayflower League, West Bridgewater shut out Bridgewater Raynham 5-0. In the Patriot League, Marshfield defeated Whitman Hanson 3-2. Then Scituate shut out Pembroke 5-0. Duxbury also shut out Silver Lake 5-0. Then North Quincy defeated Quincy by a score of 4-1, and Hingham had a matching score against Plymouth North with 4-1. Then the South Shore League, Bellingham lost to Dover Sherborne by a score of 18-3. And that was softball. That was my bad.
No worries. No worries.
Then my bad. That is in the South Shore League. New Bedford lost to Middleborough by a score of 0-4. Then the Southeast League, West Bridgewater shut out Bridgewater Raynham 5-0. In the Tri-Valley League, Hopkinton also shut out Holliston 5-0. Then in girls tennis in the Bay State League, Needham defeated Brookline 3-2. Walpole will be playing Framingham 3:45 p.m. today. Natick defeated Milton 4-1. Newton North defeated Braintree by a score of 3-2. Then continue on in girls tennis, Wesley shut out Weymouth by a score of 5-0. Then the Catholic Central League, Bishop Feehan shut out Lowell Catholic 5-0. Bishop Stang also shut out Dartmouth 5-0. Then the Mayflower League, Bridgewater Raynham defeated West Bridgewater by a score of 4-1. In the Patriot League, Hingham shut out Plymouth North by a score of 5-0. Duxbury had a matching score when they overtook Silver Lake by a score of 5-0. North Quincy defeated Quincy by a score of 3-2. And Marshfield also defeated Whitman Hanson by a score of 3-2. And then in the Southeast League, Bishop Stang defeated Dartmouth by a score of 5-0. Then in boys track, the Mayflower League, Blue Hills defeated South Shore Voctec by a score of 98-38. In boys volleyball in the Bay State League, Brooklyn defeated Natick by a score of 3-1. Newton North overtook Braintree by a score of 3-1. Now at 4 p.m. today, Needham will be playing Framingham. Then also Wesley defeated Weymouth by a score of 3-1. And the South Alliance League, Quincy shut out Barnstable by a score of 3-0. North Quincy had a matching score against Durfee with a win by 3-0. Now at 5:30 p.m. today, Greater New Bedford will be playing Brockton, and New Bedford will also be playing Dighton Rehoboth. In the Tri-Valley League at 4 p.m. today, Norwood will be playing Nipmuc at 4 p.m. And then Norton will be playing Milford at 3:45 p.m. today. Then King Philip will be playing Bellingham at 6 p.m. In wrestling in the Dew County League, Quincy / North Quincy lost to Boston Latin by a score of 48-24. And the Patriot League, Hingham defeated Cohasset by a score of 59-14. And then continuing on with wrestling, Boston Latin defeated Quincy / North Quincy by a score of 48-24. And the South Shore League, Hingham defeated Cohasset by a score of 59-14. Those are all of our scores.
Great job. So, Tom, we got to teach them a better way to pronounce these towns properly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he did a good job.
You did a great job. Scituate.
Oh, Scituate, yeah. That was my bad.
No, you pronounce it correct. Absolutely correct. But all of us slang it and we call it's pronounced Scituate.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't pronounce it like that. If I was like, I pronounce it the way he would pronounce it. But otherwise, you did great. You did awesome.
Thank you. I think I said Scituate instead.
That's all right.
So.
That's all right. So what's it called? Remember we used to pick on Justin, Tommy?
Yes.
Dighton Rehoboth. He's called Digitin Rehoboth. But he's pronouncing it.
Master himself.
He was pronouncing it correct.
Yeah,
Dighton.
Dighton Rehoboth. Yeah, Dighton Rehoboth. And then Demon Regional. Picking on poor Justin.
I don't want to laugh. I don't want to
Yeah, it's a long road to become the sports master, though.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He knows we're only picking on him. All right, so Tommy, tell us, you have anything else going on?
Oh, yeah. So I was just going to say, I was at the Quincy North Quincy softball game yesterday, 15-8 that Quincy won. But afterwards, I chucked out a little bit of that wrestling match, the Quincy North Quincy versus Boston Latin, and our friend Matt Quimbiano was the referee of that one.
Matt Quimbiano was a referee. He's adding the last name to it. Tom likes to do that with the Ianos in my name. He'll call him something Iano, something Iano. So Matt Quimby is a Division I high school referee. Matt Quimby, great guy.
He referees a lot of stuff on the the South area.
Yeah,
and it was a really cool aesthetic because this was at Veterans Memorial Stadium. So I crossed the street from Mitchell McCoy to check out some of those last couple of JV matches, and they're wrestling under the lights, and they have the mat on the field and all that, and obviously this is a place that, like we said, was recently renovated a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
I saw something like that, a picture of it.
Yeah,
absolutely. We're never gonna probably get that again in the future. It is like a once in a. This is probably the only time it's going to happen in our lifetime, so there's going to be outdoor wrestling. But it is a pretty cool sight, especially Friday night under the lights.
That is, I never saw that before.
Yeah, me either. I've never seen outdoor wrestling.
Yeah, I saw outdoor pro wrestling, but I knew who was going to win.
I know people who maybe they had a few drinks and on the lawn they'll wrestle.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of unrelated.
Yeah, a little bit, Tommy.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Well, we appreciate you checking in, my friend. I'll see you around real soon, I hope.
All right. Yeah. Hey, sounds good.
All right.
See you, Tom.
Yeah. Thank you for coming today.
Hey, have a good one, guys.
You too. Yep. That is Tom Joyce from the Quincy Sun checking in. He's a character. He's a good guy. And so next week we're going to have Josh Perry from the Hockomock Sports. He'll fill us in on everything going on in the Hawk in the fall league. And I don't know, Ryan is sidekick. He usually listens when Josh is on, so it'd be cool to get that going on. Then we're going to try to get Lenny Clement Holbrook. Lenny Clement, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. She is 2021 second annual girls basketball coach of the year. Well, hopefully we get. She's been in all of our Rams forever, ever. So I'm glad we'll be back. We'll catch you next time.